Inside Michigan Basketball is brought to you by Meyer.
Everyone that lace up their sneakers and put that uniform on, I trust that we're going to get some guys that's going to go out there and compete and give it their best.
Every game could essentially be your last game, especially for the seniors. We're just trying to take it one game at a time, trying to embrace everything, trying to enjoy each other and stuff like that. Just trying to go 1-0.
This is a group that's clawing, scrapping, giving it all they can, and they will continue to keep doing that no matter what. And they're going to continue to keep competing to the end.
Certainly not the outcome the Wolverines had hoped for. They headed to Chicago with a newfound confidence, determined to make it a long weekend in the Windy City. But as we know, tournament time can bring a wide range of emotions, and the Maize and Blue experienced all of them in less than 24 hours. The Wolverines were ready early, racing out to a quick start. Watch this look by Hunter Dickinson. He threads a needle to Kobe Buffkin, 9-2 Michigan. Rutgers regrouping and getting right back in it though. Cliff Amori with the stick-back bucket. It's a 2-point game. Dickinson getting plenty of touches early. Works in the post, the lefty hook falls. And then more from the low block. The bucket and the Band-Aid. Hunter a game-high 24 to carry the scoring load. Cam Spencer with back-to-back buckets for the Scarlet Knights. He drives the lane and finishes. He led them with 18. Then it's Jet Howard with the definition of a shooter's bounce.
Extra feed left side. Howard a catch and shoot three. Front rim, back iron, clinked around and dropped. Oh, that was Plinko style.
That's right, it dances around and falls. Rutgers' conference-leading defense forced 14 turnovers, morphing this one into quick points. Antoine Wolfalk takes it end-to-end. They claim their first lead at 25-23. But the Wolverines end the half on a high.
Left side Baker, up fake, got his man up, shoots a three, and knocked it down. With 1 second left, buzzer sounds.
Michigan led by 3 at the bathroom break. Second half, Rutgers begins with a 12-3 stretch. Spencer wide open with the triple. They went up by 6. Dickinson momentarily stops the run with an out-of-bounds 3, but the Wolverines shot only 4 of 21 in the second half. Closing in on the 12-minute mark, glue guy Paul Mulcahy lets it rip from the right side. Rutgers keeping momentum with some key hustle plays. Derek Simpson grabs his own missed free throw and scores the putback. He had 13 for the Knights. Kobe Buffkin trying to bring some energy back onto the Michigan side.
Outlet ahead, McConnell layup swatted by Buffkin as he soared high.
What a block by the sophomore. But Rutgers kept making plays. Caleb McConnell with the blindside steal and takes it all the way for the bucket. Part of a 12-0 run as the lead ballooned to 11. And the Wolverines could never recover. Rutgers avenges a regular season loss to Michigan with a 62-50 win in the Windy City.
Give credit where credit is due. Obviously, defensively, they forced us to turn the ball over, and me being the primary suspect. I feel like I played my worst brand of basketball today, one of the worst day I could have played it. So give credit where credit is due. They're a very good defensive team.
You're putting that much of that on yourself. That's a leader talking, but you really feel that way.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. 7 turnovers are unacceptable.
They wanted it more than us in the second half. It came down to, win or go home, and I felt like the other team realized that, and, their intensity picked up, and, they just played harder than us.
We came out with, executed our game plan, had energy right away out of the gate. I feel like we got, a little bit comfortable. They made the run right at the end of the first half, and then, that, momentum kind of carried into the second half and just kind of snowballed for us. And, we couldn't really, bounce back and snap out of it.
The Wolverines were held to their lowest point total of the season. In the second half, nothing seemed to fall.
We had a few open shots that we didn't hit, but they also forced us to miss a few, so it's just the way the ball bounced today.
When another team gets a stretch like that in the second half, how much do you start pressing because you want something good to happen and it's just not going that way for you?
We try to stay in the flow of the game, stick to the game plan, just hopefully shots fall. I don't think much pressing was going on. It was just a matter of if the ball wanted to go in today or not.
They did a good job of, taking us out of some of our sets, playing some zone, switching up to man. It's kind of hard to identify sometimes what they're in. So that takes time off the shot clock, and then, we're rushing to get shots at the end. Maybe not shots that we want to be taking.
Trying to get up and trying to get back into the game too fast instead of, letting the game come to you, attacking the game. Basketball guards don't work that way, just let the game come to you, go with the flow of the game, and I felt like we were trying to chase the game too much.
As a basketball player, offense gets you more energized, but that's what we've been relying on all season, and it's that defense. Like, it doesn't mess the Big Ten. There's always going to be low-scoring games and grinded-out games, but we didn't accept the challenge of what the game was and how to make sure that we get the best out of the situation that we were given in that game, and I don't think we did that, and it hurt. It hurt us, and especially it's been, like I said earlier, it's been a reoccurring theme. And when you don't fix it after a certain amount of times, then it becomes who you are. And I feel like it's became who we are in terms of our lack of focus and our energy. And I hate to admit that, especially in a time like March when it's the end of the season. But that's on us. It's on me as a captain. It's on the team. It's on the guys out there, and it's our responsibility.
Looking back at the entirety of the season, the Wolverines never found prolonged consistency, something the players pondered themselves.
We didn't really get our discipline until later in the season. And by discipline, I mean on the defensive end, knowing what to do. Obviously, we were young, which is just kind of the story of the team, but, I mean, it is what it is. Hopefully, we'll come back next year stronger.
We had a young team. I hate making excuses, and it's not making excuses. It's just the reality of what it is. It's we had a lot of inexperience, and I think that hurts, especially in times like we've seen in big games and when blowing leads and stuff like that. And it's also just knowing who we are and knowing what we do best and how to win, knowing how to win and how to gut out those close games is a big part of it, and that lack of experience hurt us in those moments. So I think that. Finally, every dog has its day, and we finally got our day today where we just can't bounce back from it, and that's the result is here.
As always, Hunter Dickinson is gracious with his time, win or lose, and we chatted with the big man, the team co-captain, about his club's short stay at the Big Ten tournament.
We just, got outplayed. I think that's the most simple way we can put it. I don't think it was really any X's and O's. We could have did differently. I think, they played a better game of basketball today. I think it's as simple as you can put it.
Sometimes when a team loses, you say they weren't ready to play, but you guys had a strong start in this game. So how do you explain the complete flip there? Yeah,
that was a big emphasis for us, was that strong start. We wanted to come out, be the most aggressive right away. That leads to a great, formula for success, especially in these early games. But when you jump out to that lead, you got to keep your foot on the neck and keep going. There was a let up, and we let them back into the game, and we didn't finish the job.
You guys just couldn't make shots in the second half. How much of that is maybe not getting what you guys wanted because of their defense, or how much of it was just shots not going for you guys as a team?
I think it was a good mix. I think obviously they have a really good defense, but I think we're getting some good looks out there that just didn't fall. I think guys were a little hesitant out there when shots weren't falling. I think one of the media guys said we were 1 for 17 to start, and so when that happens, guys can get hesitant. It's really easy to do that, especially when you put in so much work and it's not falling. You start to question yourself. I can speak for experience, but we just got to come together and do a better job of that. Of just instilling confidence in each other and keep shooting, keep trying to execute the plays best we can.
Hunter, this is a pretty raw, honest question, but in the second half, they were winning a lot of those hustle plays. Can you just react to that?
Yeah, no, I mean, when, back to the first question, when you first talked about how the game went, I said, they just outplayed us. And that's one area definitely where they just outplayed us. And so when that happens, you just gotta accept it and, give them the flowers for playing better than us out there today.
I know you've been here for a few years. I know you wanted to get to Sunday so bad. Can you just frame the disappointment of not even getting close to getting to that point?
Yeah, obviously it's deflating. You pack a big bag with a lot of clothes expecting to be here for, a couple days. And when you realize you're only here for 2, it can be really disappointing. But, that's how it goes. There's only one winner.
When we return, hear from head coach Juwan Howard. And later, we check in with spring football, where the guys put the pads on this week. Inside Michigan Basketball is brought to you by Meijer. Make savings a slam dunk with Meijer home delivery and pickup. Let's hear from head coach Juwan Howard, brought to you by Meijer.
I felt we pressed a little bit too much as far as wanting to make the play individually. And that, of course, allowed Rutgers to capitalize on either some rush missed shots or turnovers. But overall, like in the second half, offensively for us to be able to only make 4 shots and shoot 4 for 21, and then you also add the turnovers and then offensive rebounds. It was just a rough second half for this group, and at times we got a little out of characteristic as far as what we do, and stick to just keeping it simple like we did in the first half. Yes, they doubled the post, but we've been in the situations before all season long where they've doubled and we've made simple plays out of the post. And I'm not just please do not get this wrong here. Don't think that I am blaming anyone. I'm just saying overall as a team, we could have done a better good job of just being patient and making a simple play.
Juwan, you mentioned that they were pressing a little bit. There was a lot potentially riding on this particular game. Do you think that they felt that at some point?
Well, I mean, this world is is surrounded by so much information, and the information can be delivered to you instantly. And I call it a microwave world because not only that there's so much information out there, that our young man is able to see it, read it, and they understood the magnitude of this game, and they've heard it so many times from media or whether social media, how every game's important and what lies on it and what your fate will look like if you can move forward to advance to the NCAA tournament. And Rutgers was aware of their situation as well, because so we all knew it was going to be a big game, and every game that pretty much we face has been big games. And I'm just so proud, and I say it again, of how our guys competed all year. Yes, we have a young team, but we do not make excuses. That's how you grow, by getting the opportunity. And we've had 4 freshmen that start, and Kobe being one of those 4 freshmen because he didn't play last year. We also had Terrence Reed, who's another freshman that comes off the bench, and he gets a lot of minutes as well. So this is a growing opportunity for our young men. I think they grew up a lot this year. Yes, they want to continue to keep playing. I want to see them playing. I want to be out there coaching them in the postseason. But we'll come back home. We'll talk about what's the plan for the future, and we'll go from there.
The Michigan women have strung together back-to-back historic postseasons. 2 years ago, making the program's first ever Sweet 16, and then last season, pushing further into the Elite 8. The Wolverine veterans are expecting those experiences to help this year's group.
Using the experience that we had last year and knowing that, every game you show up, it's going to be a battle, and, every team is going to bring their best. So I think that's definitely something that we can take. I think how hard we played last season, towards the end of the season too in the tournament, that's something we can definitely take away. But, we don't want to try to dwell on the success that we had last season, because obviously, like I said, this season's a whole different team, and we got a lot of different pieces. So I think just trying to keep our heads on straight and do what we can and, bring our best every day.
The selection show airs Sunday night at 8 o'clock when the women find out when and where they will continue their season. To bridge that gap, they treated last week as a sort of second training camp.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to preseason a little bit, but I think it's something that we need and we look forward to, working on things that we haven't necessarily gotten to for a while, just because, you focus a lot on your opponents when you're playing every other day. So it's been nice to kind of, look at ourselves and be like, all right, what do we need to improve on so we can win a national championship?
Though posting 22 wins, it was an up and down season, in part due to various injuries. Although not 100%, everyone is expected to be available for March Madness.
It's been a while, I think, since people have seen our full team in full force. So I think that's something that gives us a lot of confidence and something we look forward to. I think when Layla and Leah, Maddie, I mean, all really 1 through 15, if we're all working at our top level, I think we can really beat anyone.
We have plenty more to come, including a visit to Schembechler Hall to catch up on spring football. The Michigan hockey team hosted Ohio State Saturday in a Big Ten semifinal game at Yost Arena, and they stormed the Buckeyes with 3 goals in the first period. Freshman Gavin Brindley opened the scoring just 23 seconds in. Second period, the nation's leading scorer flashes his offensive prowess. Adam Fantilli lights the lamp for the 26th time. The freshman phenom makes it 4-1 after 40 minutes. A 2-goal cushion in the third after a face-off win. Jackson Hallam pushes the lead back to 3. Michigan adds 2 empty net goals and eliminates Ohio State 7-3, earning a berth in the championship game on Saturday night.
Atmosphere here was unbelievable. It's what Michigan and the children of Yost are all about. First shot goes in, it's big time, and then now you're feeling good about yourself. But still, you don't want to get comfortable. You want to keep playing with desperation and close it out.
Credit to the fans, and it's tough not to play well when Yost is rocking like that. So it was a really, really good win.
So the Wolverines now head to Minnesota for a second straight year as they try to defend their Big Ten tournament championship on the Gophers' home ice. After the break, we bring you a touch of spring. We're back with more after a short time out. Spring sports are underway at Michigan. Before our latest late-season snow, baseball played its home opener Thursday against Oakland. A Tito Flores homer wasn't enough as the Wolverines fell to the Golden Grizzlies 4-1. Softball also played its home opener. Grad student Lexi Blair set a program record with her 62nd career double. Michigan shut out Kent State 4-0 and is scheduled to be home Wednesday against Bowling Green. Sliding to spring football, where the Wolverines have held 6 of 15 practices so far as they prepare to defend another Big Ten championship. There's lots of moving parts this time of year, and the guys say they are happy to be back to work.
It's good getting back, playing with the guys after 2 months off, but, seeing everybody around, the energy's high. The energy around the building is really good, with our culture. We're just going to keep taking off and, look forward to completing our goals this year.
The real fun started this week when they put the pads back on, a day the players love.
We hit. When we hit, we hit. So, it's going to be a little bit chippy. It's going to be, a little bit physical out there. But, we love getting that work in. We love that competition.
It can get really competitive. I think without the coaches there, it could get pretty ugly, but they kind of keep us in check.
Yeah, it's competition every day and everything that we do. We learn off each other. We love to compete with each other. It's an every single day type of thing.
You're fresh, first day, really hitting today. So it was good. All the guys were smiling, pads were popping, so it was awesome.
These practices are impactful. It's a new team. It helps sort things out. The building blocks for another championship run are carefully laid on their foundation.
The team's in a great spot. Coaches are helping everybody, understand that in order to get back to where we want to be, we have to not really focus on what we did, but understand what we need to do.
Just hope to, get one step closer to being national champions. We're looking forward to getting one step closer to really, like I said, perfecting our game, being a better, better players, a better unit, a better team. Every day just how can we be better? How can we be better, a better man than we were yesterday? How can we be a better person than we were yesterday? So every day that's the goal.
It's a group of guys who, are a part of the change of Michigan football, but haven't reached the goals that we wanted to reach yet. I mean, we came here, with the goals to beat Ohio State to win a Big Ten championship, but I think the guys who are here are even hungrier than that. That's part of the reason why I came back. I want to win a national championship with the guys here. It's a good group. And the guys are going to work their tails off to get to it.
I like how hungry we are. I like how nobody's complacent here. Everybody got a chip on their shoulder this year. Everybody has something to prove, and we all know, what's at stake this year. And we really want to get back to, not only get back to where we were last year, but we really want to seal the deal, show the world who we are, what we do. So.
And remember, the spring game will be held April 1st. Look for more details to emerge in the coming days. We'll have the latest on Michigan basketball next week right here on the show. Until next time, I'm Ed Kongursky, and we'll see you soon. Inside Michigan Basketball is brought to you by Meijer. Make savings a slam dunk with Meijer home delivery and pickup.
What you see, all right?